everybody, and welcome along to my first cookery demonstration here at Destination Uri. So hopefully you will all enjoy what I'm cooking today. Just to introduce myself, my name is Aine Boyle and I run Good Food Nutrition here based in Uri. So what I do is I basically teach people about food and cooking healthy, nutritious food for all the family. So today I'm going to be making a really nice simple dish that you can enjoy. We're doing Mexican tacos. Now I know it's Friday, and normally on a Friday or Saturday you're thinking to yourself you've had enough cooking done for the week and you're going to order yourself Chinese or you're going to order yourself pizza or whatever. And obviously with what's going on at the moment there is nothing open. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you very, very quickly how to make the most delicious Mexican food using a lot of probably what you have in the fridge yourself as well, but also as well I'll explain for the ingredients that you don't have, how you can mix and match them around. So basically whatever's in your fridge can go into these tacos tonight. So we're going to pair them up as well with some lovely Mexican salsa as well, some lovely spicy sweet potato wedges, and some lovely rice as well to go with it. So it's a full meal. Set it out as a banquet on the kitchen table and just let everybody tuck in as well. So we're going to be using these lovely crunchy taco shells. But again, if you don't want to use them, you can have just like a burrito sort of, or tacos in a bowl as well. So we'll get going on this. Again, very speedy, about 20 minutes in total. So we're just going to warm up our pan here. So a nice big wide pan. And some of our ingredients we're going to be using today is we're using some red onion, just your sliced bog standard red onion or white onion. We are going to be using some sliced green beans here, you'll see. But again, you don't have to use them. It's just if you have them. I've also got some lovely mixed peppers here. So we've red peppers and we also have yellow peppers as well. You can add green peppers here. Again, these were left over in the fridge and I thought I'm going to pop these in today. And as you, we're also going to be using some courgette as well. Now, maybe you haven't tried courgette before, but again, gorgeous, absorbs all the flavor in the dish, is well worth trying as well. Now, normally with the tacos is a lot of people use the beef mince or pork mince, but today for quick cooking as well, and for the health issue as well, is I'm going to be using turkey mince. So you can get this from any of your supermarkets and also from your butcher as well. Again, it's a very lean meat as well, but there's a hell of a lot more nutrients in there than you will often find just in your normal, just chicken, say, or even sometimes just in your red meat as well. So we're going to get going on this. And just I've melted a little bit of coconut oil in our hot pan here. Just going to turn it up ever so slightly. And I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to gently fry down our red onion. So in we go with that. And just for speed, I had chopped down everything earlier on as well, just so you're not sort of spending the next hour watching me chopping and dicing here. So give that a good mix around. And then we're also going to go in with our sliced green beans. Or you can use mange too, you can use sugar snap peas, whatever, or you can leave them out. Totally up to yourself. So in there with that, and we're just going to get them all mixed around in the wok or frying pan, whichever you're using, and we're going to let them gently fry. So I'm just going to get rid of these for a second. Now, into this, we're going to add just some nice little fat garlic cloves. So you can see there, about 2 of them. So you're just going to take off the end bit there. You can see it's kind of like a knobbly bit on the end. We're just going to take that off and then just squash them down. And we're going to slice them lovely and finely, okay? So again, just nice and finely. If you find, I often hear from people, is that they don't necessarily enjoy the kind of chopping and dicing that comes with cooking. So all you have to do in that case is just get yourself the normal box grater that you grate your cheese on, and get the really, really fine side of it, and just grate your ginger down on that side, and it is just as good. And to be honest with you, when it's grated like that, it actually doesn't burn as easy. Okay, so pop that in there and keep everything moving around. And that is already, you're starting to smell the lovely garlic coming out there, beautiful. We're also going to be adding in, obviously, our spices and all to make that lovely Mexican flavor. And I'm going to come to those just in 1 second. So we're just going to, again, slice down a few of these peppers. So I think I'll take maybe one of the yellow ones and one of the red ones as well. And I suppose the benefit of these as well is that you're getting colour in there as well. Your brightly coloured veg is absolutely packed full of goodness as well. And what's going on at the moment, you're obviously trying to boost your immune system and support that health as well. So your peppers are full of your vitamin C as well. So don't always think that your vitamin C is just in your oranges or your lemons as well. It's also in the brightly coloured vegetables, your sweet potatoes, your peppers as well. So get into the habit of adding those into your daily routine as well, okay? So that is starting to smell beautiful in there. I'm going to pop in another yellow pepper just for the colour. And I'm going to show you now what this is starting to look like. If you like the peppers fairly chunky, you can leave them like that. But if you're cooking this for children, sometimes what I do is I actually blitz it in like a little blender. So I get together like onions, maybe some carrots, some peppers, courgette, and I blend it into a smooth paste, and then I use that. And then what happens is the kids don't realise what they're eating, but you're still getting all that fantastic goodness into them as well. So I'm just going to pop in the courgette as well, and the courgette, just slice it lengthwise. I'm not going to slice it as small as I would the other ones because I don't want it to disintegrate. So we're probably just doing it about 1 centimetre square. But again, don't get too hung up on sort of the slicing and dicing thing. As long as you're in the kitchen, it doesn't really matter. So again, just chop that down. And we're going to go straight into our pan with that. And we're just going to give everything a really, really nice mix around. Just going to get rid of my peppers there. And then I'm going to show you what this looks like. And again, we're not going to overcook this or cook it for too long, for hours, because again, we want to keep that lovely colour in the vegetables. And often, when we're cooking them on the pan, is that they can start to lose that lovely colour, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like now at the moment. And you can see the beautiful colours in there, still holding on to that lovely, vibrant brightness. And we're just going to let that sit and cook away, and then we're going to go in with our turkey. Okay, so this is about a pound, about 500 grams of turkey mince. And the reason I like it is that it's probably, as I say, it's a leaner type of meat as well. So again, less saturated fat in there as well. But again, contains certain nutrients that actually are very beneficial to the body as well. And it actually contains a little sort of chemical in it that induces sleep. So if you're one of these people who maybe suffers with sleep at night time, is get a little bit more turkey into your diet, and hopefully that will make some sort of difference to you. So we're just going to go in with that. And when it's in here, you just want to break it all down just with the back of your spatula. So just get stuck in there. Break that all down. Or you can use a fork as well, whichever is easier for you. And again, just move it around the pan, because again, you want to brown it off with all the other lovely vegetables in there as well. And that's already looking lovely, and a gorgeous smell coming out of the garlic as well. Really, really tasty and really fresh as well. I'm going to let that sit for a second, and then I'm going to go back in, and again, I'm going to break down all the turkey again. And we're just going at this point is we are going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to run through what the spices are and what the flavours are we're building on there, that lovely Mexican sort of spicy and heat flavour in it. So a little bit, I use pink Himalayan salt simply because there's just not as strict as the table salt. There's a hell of a lot more minerals in it. So pink Himalayan, or a nice rock salt as well, and even the local supermarkets do loads of them now. So get into the habit of having one of those in the cupboard. In with a little bit of black pepper. A good grinding of your black pepper, because I absolutely love it. I'll move this over slightly. And then we'll just give everything a really, really good mix around. If you are sort of browning the meat off at this stage, again, you are quickening up the cooking as well, so you don't need it to be sitting on the cooker for 2 hours. I would suggest, though, that if you're using a beef mince or a pork mince, is start it off on the cooker and then pop it straight into the oven. And I tend to cook, if I'm using a beef mince, I tend to cook it off probably for about 1.5 hours, simply because even though it's a mince, the beef tends to be a tougher meat, and so you're softening it down in there the longer you're giving it the cooking in the oven. And that's already starting to look really, really nice. Great. Now, into this, we are also going to go a strange one, I know, but it's absolutely brilliant. I got the tip from Jamie Oliver years ago in one of his recipes for chili, and oh my gosh, it absolutely just lifts the whole dish. So we've got some lovely chopped sun-dried tomatoes in there going to go. And give everything a mix around. And all they are is the sun-dried tomatoes you can buy either dried, or sometimes you can get them where they are in the jar in some sort of oil. And if you pop them in a sieve, and then pour some boiling water over them, that will get off the excess oil and you're left with the lovely sun-dried tomatoes. So I have just chopped them down into kind of like fine little bits as well. And again, the flavour they give is just gorgeous. Into that, we are also going to go with a little pinch of our dried chilies. So these are, you'll see them there, just those little dried chilies you can get in the supermarket. So I'm just going to go in. My level of being able to take spice has deteriorated with age. So I'm only going to go in with a little bit there. And then we're also going to go in with just your chili powder as well. So just your normal chili powder you get from the supermarket is absolutely grand. So we're going to go in with about half a teaspoon and just sprinkle that over the top. And if you are the type of person who you absolutely love your heat, by all means go nuts in there, throw in loads of chili powders, and also there is nothing to stop you firing in a full red chili or a green chili. And obviously, the hotter you like it, leave the seeds in. If you take the seeds out, you're going to have a little bit less heat, but also as well, the heat in the chilies comes from the inside sort of skin or membrane on the chilies as well. So even when you take the seeds out, you're still getting a good pack of heat in there. Okay, now another one here we're going to go in with is cumin. Okay, cumin is like a lovely Indian spice that they use a lot in their curries, but it tastes delicious in here. So we're going to go in with about 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, we'll go another teeny bit. And again, smell, I wish you could smell this. It's just, there's a sweet, sort of savoury smell of it, and it just smells divine. Again, everything a really, really good mix around there. And then we're going to go in with a tin of, about half a tin of chopped tomatoes. But depending, because you're going to slightly dry because we're going to be spooning it into the tacos. And just give everything a mix around there. If you like it like a wetter mix, if I'm making this and I'm only having it like as in a chili bowl with the rice, I tend to make it slightly wetter. But again, totally up to yourself. We will start off there and just see where we go to. And I think we'll stick another teeny little bit in. So say that today was about 3/4 of a tin of your chopped tomatoes. Now, I do know that some kids, sorry, I'm just going, before I say that, I'm going to go in as well with a cinnamon stick. So your cinnamon sticks, don't just keep them there for Christmas for making your mulled wine or your mulled ciders. Get them into your cooking as well. Again, fantastic herb, lots and lots of health benefits from it as well. So in we go there. And just mix that all around again. And I'm going to let that cook off for a little bit there. I'm going to turn that heat down ever so slightly. Now, I'm also at the end going to be adding in some lovely black beans as well. So you're going to have like sort of Mexican black beans in there as well. Again, really, really, really good for you. Okay. So I'm just going to show you here. I have these black beans that I'm going to be adding in at the end. And again, great source of protein, plant protein. So if you're a vegetarian and you're looking to put more protein into your diet, great source of plant protein, great source of fiber as well. So fiber used for your energy levels and for your digestive system as well is a great way of getting it in. So your fiber in the vegetables, in your Mexican tacos, and also in your beans as well. So we're going to put them in at the end. They're actually just a tin of cooked ones that you can buy, or you can get your dried ones, soak them overnight and cook them. But to be honest with you, this is a handy option to have, particularly the way we are at the moment. We're stuck indoors and we're probably cooking from scratch a little bit more. So we'll be putting them in at the end. So just every minute or so, get used to kind of just moving everything around. And I'm actually just going to show you now what it's looking like. So you can see there, it is just looking gorgeous. And we're going to let that just cook away there and do its stuff. Now, with this, I'm also going to serve a lovely, very, very simple little salsa. And we're going to have some lovely little diced baby tomatoes, some red onion, some sweet corn in there as well, some garlic, and then some a really good quality olive oil as well, okay, and a bit of salt and pepper in there. So I'm just going to grab these ingredients just while this is cooking. So you can see is while your chili is doing what it needs to do here, is you're also preparing the rest of the dinner. So you're multitasking. Oh, that just smells absolutely gorgeous. There is just like almost like a bit of a heat to it, but also as well is a lovely sweetness coming off the cumin as well. Really, really gorgeous. So the other half, I'd use half an onion in here, and the other half, I'm going to use a little bit of it for the salsa. And then I have these gorgeous, beautiful little Italian tomatoes. So you can just see there, absolutely gorgeous. Or whatever tomato you have is grand. And then I've also got, I have a beautiful Greek extra virgin olive oil here. And the reason I use the extra virgin is that there's a lot more flavor in it and it's a lot more delicate oil. But I would say to you, if you're cooking, do not use an extra virgin olive oil because you just end up destroying the goodness in it. So only use that, only use the extra virgin for dressing, for salad dressings, for drizzling over salads. Anything else, use an olive oil or a coconut oil as well. Okay, so we're just going to take probably about 2 to 3 slices of our onion, and we're just going to slice them down lovely and finely. And again, if you don't like or you're not into your chopping, is get your hands on one of those little sort of chopping machines where you pop the onion in, you press down, and it blitzes it to nothing in seconds. So don't let the chopping and dicing put you off cooking because there is many, many ways around it. Now we don't want to overpower it, so we're just going to go in with that much onion. So in your bowl here, I have just some normal sweet corn, just some can of sweet corn drained off. Again, you don't have to put the sweet corn in, totally up to yourself. We'll go in with the chopped red onion. And because we want to soften down the onion and just take that kind of tang off that you often get from raw onions, I am going to now go in with some of our extra virgin olive oil. And again, I'm a bit heavy-handed as a chef, but you know what? Olive oil is so, so good for you, I don't really mind. So we get a good drizzle in there. We are going to go in with a good pinch, again, of our Himalayan salt. And we're going to go in with a really good grinding of our pepper. Now, normally when I'm making this, I would always have in the juice of half a lime. But again, the cupboards are a bit bare at the moment, as we all know. So the idea of today is really to give you ideas. Whatever's in the cupboard, you can substitute things, you can leave stuff out. It's whatever's there, just so that you can look and say, well, I have a carrot, I have a leek, I have an onion, I can still make a dinner out of it, okay? Doesn't have to be exactly what I'm making here today, but the idea is just to give you some sort of idea of what you can do. So we'll give that a bit of a mix around, and we're just going to let that olive oil get to work there on that. And again, in your salsa, beautiful colours as well. So don't forget that one as well. Now, with the small little tomatoes, I am just going to dice these really, really small. Okay, you can go to the trouble of taking out seeds and everything like that, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's worth it. I think that kind of gives some of the juice of it and gives you some lovely, lovely flavours out of it. We'll do one more of these. The salsa is great as well because you can make it and pop it back into a little jam jar, and stick it in the fridge, and then there's nothing to stop you having it, you know, with a piece of chicken, with anything else you like as well, on a salad, in a sort of little baguette or anything like that at lunchtime. So again, stuff you're making can go back into the cupboard or back into the fridge and can be used again tomorrow. So for us mummies, it means that you're not constantly cooking from scratch. which at the moment, I'm sure we would all benefit from a little bit of that. So I'm just going to give that a mix around, and then I'm going to give you a little look about what that looks like. So you can see there the lovely colours in it. And into that, because I do love my herbs, we're going to go in with a little bit of coriander. So not too much. Coriander is lovely, but it can be quite a strong herb. And we're just going to, again, you just roll it up like that, and then we're just going to give it nice, easy slicing. And again, just give it a good chop down. And in we go to your salsa. Okay. Give that a nice little mix around. Don't forget to obviously taste your food as you're going along, because obviously the amount of salt and the amount of pepper that I like is very, very different to what you like. You can also pop in here some nice chopped spring onions, or some chives, anything like that that you fancy. Okay, we're just going to taste that and see what that is tasting like at the moment. Don't forget about your lovely turkey chili, your tacos. We'll turn that down slightly now, because that's becoming quite a dry mix at this point. And then I'm going to add in some of my black beans. So again, might just only add in a little handful of them. It really depends on if your kids and stuff like them as well. So my kids don't mind them, they've got used to them now at this point. But they can be an acquired taste. So again, start with a little bit, but I would encourage you in your dishes to try adding things like chickpeas, lentils, your cannellini beans, even your split red lentils into your soups. Again, brilliant source of fibre, but also a great source of protein. So instead, if you're making like a soup, instead of just having a load of vegetables in it, by adding in some of the split red lentils, or you're ending up with a real protein-rich soup as well. So it's all about balance in your dishes as well. So you don't have to change what you're eating. You can just add stuff in to boost the nutrition on it as well. Okay, I'm going to give that another couple of minutes, then I'm going to show you that as well. So we have our salsa there. Now I'm just going to try that, see what we think of that. A little bit more black pepper, because I love the black pepper. And as I say, that would be absolutely perfect with a little squeeze of lime juice or even lime zest. But last, we have to make do with what's in the fruit bowl and what's in the fridge as well. But it's gorgeous now as well. And if you like, you can also chop in some fine red chili in there as well. Again, give that bit of heat in there as well. So I'm just going to get rid of some stuff here. Ah, this is looking lovely. So I'm just going to show you, get rid of some stuff here. And I'm going to show you now what our chili is looking like. So you can see there, it has kind of cooked down into a much drier mix. But the smell out of it is just divine. So I'm going to give that a little taste now, just to see where we're at. And just to make sure it doesn't need any more flavours as well. Lovely. I'm going to add in another little pinch of salt in there, funny enough. Really, really nice. And again, if you want, you can add in a lot more heat in there, a lot more chili powder, and a lot more sort of dried chili or fresh chili as well. So I'm going to let that cook another little bit as we start to assemble everything together. Now, what I've also done as well is I have just put on a little bit of brown rice as well. And again, it is just to really boost up the fact is what you can actually put together on this dinner. Okay, so I'm going to just get my plate together as well. Now you can serve this any way you like. You really can, but I suppose if you're looking to make it a bit of a banquet, you know what, you probably maybe make it look a little more attractive as well. So we're just going to spoon in, into our little ramekin here, we're going to spoon in some lovely salsa. Look at all those gorgeous, gorgeous colours in there as well. Really tasty. And then I'm just going to going to just remove this for 1 second. And I'm just going to warm up my rice here. Now, you don't have to serve the rice with it at all. This is, I mean, there's quite a lot of eating in it anyway, but it really is just to show you sort of what accompanies it and sort of what you can put with it as well. And what I did earlier on was I actually made some sweet potato wedges. So they're like Mexican spiced sweet potato wedges. So again, you have your tacos and you have your chips. So I'm just going to get those out of the oven as well. These are absolutely gorgeous now, these ones. And all I've done for these, you can see these here, is all I've done for there is I have sliced down a sweet potato, cleaned off the skin, sliced down a sweet potato, just like you would be if you're making chips at home. Toss them in a little bit of oil, like a tiny little bit of salt and pepper. And on these ones, I put a smoked paprika, because again, that will be smoky, sweet, spicy sort of flavour. And I roasted them off in the oven at 180 for about, probably only about 35-40 minutes. So again, you can pop them in and then get going on your chili and everything will come together in less than an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop them straight into our lovely little bowl here. In fact, I might use a more appropriate bowl. I'm going to use a smaller little one here. So again, like a small portion of your wedges. And again, it just means that you feel like you're actually getting something different on a Friday or Saturday night. As at the moment, as I say, is we don't have that liberty at the moment of ordering stuff in to kind of give us the night off cooking. So I suppose we have to make do ourselves and put stuff in place ourselves. So you have your lovely, delicious sweet potato chips there. And then into this, we're just going to pop our rice now into our little bowl here. And there's nothing to stop you either. If you want to put some black beans through the rice, by all means, feel free to do that. Or, you know, even if you want to leave out the rice and have something else. This is a mix between brown rice and quinoa as well. So again, very, very filling as well. The quinoa is just a different type of grain as well, very protein based. So we're just going to spoon a little bit in there. And you can be very, very chefy and fill it and then turn it out into a nice little shape. But I'm not going to put you through that today. I think we'll just serve it in the bowl. Okay. So you can see already our lovely little dishes coming together. Okay. And now we're going to assemble our tacos. So I'm going to get our turkey mix back here. We're going to get some of our lovely taco shells. We are also going to get some other little side bits as well. So like with most tacos, you can add some sour cream, you can add some natural yogurt, whatever. I love coconut yogurt, okay? That's just me. But by all means, a little bit of natural yogurt or a little bit of sour cream is lovely as well. So the coconut yogurt I use, just the coconut collaborative, gorgeous, really nice taste as well. So again, if you're dairy free, it means none of this is off limits to you as well, okay? Because there is a certain flavour and creaminess that you need with these type of dishes, and I find I get it with this. And again, a little bit of your grated cheese, if you like it. Some people do on it, or some sliced shredded lettuce as well goes beautiful with it. So we're just going to start to assemble these. We're coming towards the end now, so I hope you've all enjoyed it, and hopefully it's given you some food for thought for sort of how you can look at the ingredients in your cupboard a little bit more differently rather than making the same bog standard stuff. I'm like you in that you get sick of eating the same stuff, but sometimes you get stuck in a rush as well, and it's very, very hard to actually think about cooking something different. So I'm hoping that this has given you some ideas as well. But if anybody is interested or does want any other ideas, you can of course comment on the end of in the comment box at the end of the video. If I could open my tacos. Okay, hold on a second. Getting hard to actually get into these ones. Yes, and also as well as I've loads more recipes as well if anybody is interested. If you want to go to my website, www.goodfoodnutrition.co.uk, and go to the recipe section, and you will see tons of different recipes to suit all tastes there as well. Also as well is I have a Facebook page, Good Food Nutrition, and just Good Food Nutrition Yuri, that'll bring it up. And if there's anything else that you would like to see sort of covered as well, is just send me a message or post a comment up on the Facebook page. But you'll also see on the Facebook page, as well as the website, there's continual new recipes sort of to excite you. So soups, salads, mains, desserts, sweet treats, all of that type of thing. So if there, again, if you are interested in food, feel free to go to the Facebook page or take a look at the website, and again, it should give you lots and lots of ideas. Now, we're just going to assemble these up, and we're going to actually, we'll see how many we put together here. We'll maybe just put 2 together. Okay, spoon these in. You're going to need now some form of this because it is quite a messy job. So we just spoon in a little bit in the bottom. And again, then what you can do is you can spoon some rice on the top, or spoon some salsa on the top as well. So that's what we're going to do today. Gorgeous little black beans in there as well. I'm just going to pop that one there. They are very, very delicate, so just be careful when you're assembling them. And as I said, is the type of veg that you put in yours, it does not have to be dictated to what I put in. You just pop it. Grated carrot in here is absolutely lovely as well, cooked down. There's, again, a lovely sweetness to it. So don't be afraid of using your bog standard vegetables as well. So I'm just going to pop them there. I'm going to stick a little bit of coriander with them as well, because I do, as I say, I'm quite obsessed with the coriander. Stick them there on top, and again on top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to spoon a little bit of our salsa on the top, so you can see sort of what I'm talking about. Really, really simple, yet how you kind of sort of put it together and plate it up, it just looks like you've spent hours on this. Little do they know you can do all this in about, I think we're at about half an hour now, so it's amazing what you can do really quickly. And then we're also going to go in with a little sprinkling of your grated cheese over the top. If you're dairy free, obviously you're going to go for some sort of dairy free cheese, but thankfully there's an awful lot of options out there. Or you can leave it out. And then a little tiny spoon of your coconut yogurt on the top. I'll leave the other one free as well. Another little coriander leaf on the top. And as you can see there, I would love to lift it up, but I will tip it on the floor. You will see there is that you have, in 30 minutes, you have Mexican tacos with a lovely Mexican salsa as well. You have spicy sweet potato fries as well. They're done in the oven. And you have some brown rice as well. So you can see is in half an hour, you can have a gorgeous Friday night dinner or a Saturday night dinner as well. So again, my name is Aine Boyle from Good Food Nutrition. I hope you have enjoyed today's session, and please do comment or give us a like if you did enjoy it. And it's been my pleasure today to cook for you, and I'm hoping that I will see you very soon again. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.